God says, "Congratulations. Your biggest miracle is happening very soon. Your payment has been processed. Don't tell anyone, so listen to me now before it's too late. Don't skip God. This is not a moment to overlook. This is not a coincidence or a soft whisper to ignore. Right now, these words are reaching you because heaven has moved on your behalf. The breakthrough you've been praying for, the release you've cried over in silence, the favor you thought had passed you by, it is now arriving. Not in delay, not in pieces, not in confusion, but in full, with the seal of God's promise. God says congratulations because He is not planning to bless you. He has already done it. The spiritual transaction is complete. Your name has been signed in the divine registry of answered prayers. Your payment, what was owed to you in the spirit, what was delayed for seasons, what the enemy tried to withhold, has been processed. Comment, Amen, if you can feel this stirring in your spirit. This is not a message for the mind. This is a cry for the soul that has waited, hoped, and stayed faithful even when nothing made sense. If you believe this is your word, like this video now and hold your place in what God is releasing. God is saying, do not tell anyone, not because the blessing isn't real, but because some things sacred must be protected until they are delivered. There are miracles that require silence, not secrecy. God is telling you to keep it hidden, not in fear, but in reverence. What He's doing is holy. What He's doing is weighty. What He's doing for you is bigger than words can express. If you speak too soon, people may mock what they don't understand. If you reveal too early, you may expose it to doubt, envy, or distraction. So God is gently, yet urgently, telling you to keep this between you and Him. Not everyone can handle the glory He is about to show through your life. Your biggest miracle is not just about money or healing or opportunity, it is about alignment. God is aligning things that were broken. He is bringing together the scattered pieces of your story. He is restoring the years that felt wasted. He is revisiting every closed door with keys in His hand. He is rewriting the report, reversing the verdict, breaking the curse, and breathing life where it seemed completely gone. You have no idea the weight of what's coming, and that's why you must listen carefully. Do not skip God in this hour. Do not move ahead on your own. Do not rush past this moment. The very thing you've been fasting for, waking up at night over, holding on to by a thread, God says it is already yours. Heaven has marked this season in your life. This is not a maybe. This is not a someday. This is now. This is the set time of favor. The weeping season is closing. The silent nights are ending. The heavens are open, and your name has been called in the throne room. The angels have been dispatched. The release has been ordered. And though you may not see it yet in the natural, God is not asking you to walk by sight. He is asking you to walk by trust. Comment 1111. If you believe that this is your appointed time, if your heart has felt like something is shifting, that is not your imagination, it is revelation. God's hand is stirring the waters in your life. God's word does not come to flatter or entertain, it comes to deliver. And this word right now is delivering peace to your anxiety, power to your weariness, and confirmation to the part of you that kept wondering if God still saw you. Yes, He does. Yes, He heard you. Yes, He is moving. This is not just your turnaround season. This is your divine fulfillment season. The miracle is already in motion. You may feel unqualified. You may feel forgotten. You may be thinking, how could this be for me? But God did not choose you based on your perfection. He chose you based on your faithfulness. Even when you were tired, you still believed. Even when you were confused, you still prayed. Even when you lost people, lost hope, lost time, you still held on. God saw that. And now, He is rewarding what was done in secret. The oil that crushed you in private is going to shine in public, but you must not skip God. You must stay near Him in this hour. Let no one pull you away from the presence of God. Let no distraction keep you from prayer. Let no disappointment harden your heart, because what God is doing is not just a moment, it is a movement in your life. He is shifting your environment. He is releasing divine connections. He is giving you new instructions. He is restoring your mind, your health, your family, your finances, and all of this is part of the miracle He already processed. You are favored, you are chosen, you are protected. The enemy wanted to delay this longer, but God said enough. The weight you carried is being lifted. The burden is being broken. The blessing is overtaking you, quietly, powerfully, completely. And when it shows up, it will be more than what you prayed for. It will be more than what you lost. It will be greater than what you imagined. Do not be afraid. Do not be distracted. Do not share what God told you to keep. This is not the time for opinions. This is the time for obedience. God is about to make you a walking testimony. He is about to show the world what He does for those who stay faithful even when the storm rages. He is about to reveal His glory through your story. What you are sensing right now is not hype. It is heaven touching earth. It is the voice of the Father reminding you that you are not forgotten. It is the Spirit wrapping around you, letting you know your wait was not in vain. It is the presence of God settling into your atmosphere, clearing the way for your miracle to be seen. What if 7 seconds is all it takes to flip your financial fate? A shocking CIA leak just exposed a hidden brain ritual helping ordinary people erase debt and pull in massive wealth. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning struggle into luxury fast. But this page could be erased any moment. Click the link in the first comment now, before it's gone forever. The season that felt like crushing, the days that left you in tears, the battles no one saw but you kept enduring, all of it was preparing the way for the fulfillment that is now approaching like a rushing wind. God has not forgotten you. He has not overlooked your sacrifices or ignored your silent cries. He has watched you walk through fire, not to destroy you, but to refine you for the glory He is placing on your life. Comment 222 if you trust this, not by what you see, but by what you know deep in your spirit, that God never breaks a promise and He never abandons His own. When God says congratulations, He is not speaking to flatter you. He is declaring completion. This is heaven's way of saying, you made it through the long nights, through the spiritual attacks, through the years when nothing made sense. You didn't quit. You didn't let go. And now, what was once delayed is suddenly being released. You have entered the very edge of your answered prayer, and nothing and no one can stop what God has already signed off on. What once seemed like a wish, what once felt like a fading hope, is now becoming real because God has already processed your name through the systems of heaven. This miracle is not random. It is not a temporary relief. It is an ordained moment that has been unfolding even when it seemed like everything was standing still. The provision, the healing, the restoration, the open door, whatever this biggest miracle means to you, it has already been dispatched. And now you must prepare your heart, not with anxiety, but with expectation. You must stay alert, not to fear what's next, but to embrace it when it comes. God is not done speaking. He is still whispering truth into your spirit right now, telling you to stay aligned, to stay close, and to protect what He is birthing in you. This is sacred, the kind of sacred that cannot be shared lightly. God says, Do not tell anyone. Not because he wants you isolated, but because he wants you protected. There are blessings that require quietness, so they are not contaminated by doubt, envy, or premature exposure. Not everyone can carry the weight of what God is doing in your life. Not everyone will understand the magnitude of your process. So God is shielding this miracle in silence until it's fully formed. There is power in stillness. There is favor in staying hidden until God says it's time. Joseph had a dream, but had to learn the pain of sharing it too early. Jesus did miracles and often said, "Tell no one," because the time had not yet come. Even Mary, when she was told she would carry the Savior, kept it in her heart. There is a pattern of divine silence before public manifestation. And you too are now standing in that holy space between promise and revelation. God is trusting you with a secret. Honor Him with your silence and trust Him with the outcome. Do not skip God. Do not let excitement lead you away from the altar. Do not let noise drown out His instruction. The enemy would love to distract you right now. He would love to send confusion, people, stress, anything that might shift your focus. But this is your moment to lock in. This is your moment to stay planted. What you are carrying is not light. It is not ordinary. It is chosen. And with it comes a responsibility to remain under the shelter of the Most High. You have walked through too much to lose sight of God now. You have endured too many battles to forget the one who brought you through every single one. You didn't come this far by your own strength. It was His mercy, His grace, His protection. And now, as He brings the miracle to your doorstep, do not forget the quiet strength it took to get here. Stay grounded in prayer. Stay rooted in worship. Stay soft in spirit and firm in faith. This miracle is not just about you. It's about the people connected to your story. It's about the generations that will be changed because you stayed faithful. It's about the glory God is going to reveal through your healing, your breakthrough, your restoration. This miracle is evidence that God still moves, still speaks, still saves, still provides, and still loves beyond measure. This is your sign, not only of His faithfulness to you, but of His goodness to the world through you. There is no limit to what He can do. There is no ceiling to what He is building in your life. What He starts, He finishes. What He promises, He fulfills. And even if the past has been hard, even if the road has been long, even if your heart feels weary, God is not finished. This is just the beginning of a new unfolding, a new era, a new dimension of favor and closeness with Him. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not disqualified. You are chosen. You are seen. You are surrounded. You are carried. You are loved. You are exactly where you need to be, and everything you thought was working against you has only been making room for this miracle to fit perfectly into your life. So take a breath. Let your heart rest. Let your spirit rise. Let your soul rejoice, not in what you have done, but in who your God is. He is faithful, He is good, He is mighty, and He is right on time. There is no delay in His plan. There is no confusion in His process. He works all things together, and He wastes nothing. Not your pain, not your tears, not your waiting. It all matters. It all counts. And it's all part of the story He is writing through you. That is where the breakthrough has been forming. In the background, in the quiet, in the unnoticed. While you felt forgotten, heaven was arranging the fulfillment. While you waited and wondered, God was working. Your name was not lost in the crowd. Your cry was not ignored. Your tears were not meaningless. They were collected, remembered, and turned into a river that is now breaking through the dry places of your life. Comment 333. To declare your faith even if you do not yet see the evidence, because faith believes before it sees and trusts before it receives. People are asking why money is suddenly flowing into random lives. A leaked CIA discovery reveals a 7-second brain ritual that quietly rewires your mind for wealth. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, people are wiping out debt and stepping into luxury with ease. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. When God says your payment has been processed, He means the price has already been paid. The spiritual cost of your blessing, the warfare that tried to consume you, the heaviness that followed you in seasons past, all of it has already been covered. This is not about what you can earn. This is not about proving your worth. God processed your payment through the blood of Jesus, through the finished work of the cross, through the grace that covered you, even when you did not feel worthy of it. That grace was never meant to be understood with logic. It was meant to be received with surrender. So many times you questioned why it was taking so long. You doubted whether the promise was real. You started to believe maybe it was never going to come. But God was not denying you. He was preparing you. He was pruning your heart, shaping your character, aligning your vision with His, and making you ready to carry the blessing without being destroyed by it. Because what God is giving you is not small. It's not temporary. It's not shallow. This is a foundation-shaking, destiny-shifting, legacy-impacting miracle. And anything that powerful takes time, precision, and heaven's covering. God never abandoned you during the wait. Even when it felt like nothing was moving, everything was being adjusted to make space for what was coming. Every door that closed was protection. Every person that left was alignment. Every delay was grace. God was not punishing you. He was preserving you for this moment, because what is about to appear in your life will be undeniable proof that God is real, God is near, and God is faithful. You don't need to force it. You don't need to explain it. You don't need to defend it. The evidence will speak for itself. The transformation will be visible. The shift will be supernatural. The atmosphere around you will change. Your surroundings will reflect the promise you carried in your spirit for so long. And those who once doubted you, ignored you, or even mocked your hope will have no choice but to acknowledge that the hand of the Lord is upon you. But as you step into this miracle, God is still whispering one instruction: do not tell anyone. This is not because the blessing is fragile, but because it is holy. This miracle has weight. It carries oil. It has been born out of deep prayer, spiritual war, and private surrender. It deserves reverence. It must be protected from careless conversations, from empty words, from those who do not understand the sacred journey you have walked. God is inviting you into a covenant of quiet with Him, not to hide you, but to keep you safe while the promise finishes forming. He is doing something so beautiful, so complete, so precise, that you won't even have to announce it. When it arrives, it will announce itself. Your life will testify louder than your lips ever could. Your peace will speak, your joy will shine, your elevation will reveal what was once hidden. This is the glory of God making itself visible through you, and no one will be able to deny what He has done. There are miracles that happen in a moment, and there are miracles that are planted and nurtured in silence until they bloom. You are in the bloom season now. You are in the unveiling. You are in the hour where the prayers you forgot you prayed are being answered right in front of you. And the only thing you need to do now is stay with God. Stay in position. Stay in alignment. Do not rush. Do not panic. Do not let the world's pace disrupt the rhythm of heaven. Your time is not based on the clock. Your time is based on the Spirit. and the Spirit says, now is the time to prepare your heart, not with striving, but with surrender, not with pressure, but with peace. Because the God who processed your payment is the same God who is bringing the delivery. It is already moving toward you. It is already walking into your timeline. The connections are already being made. The provision is already flowing. The healing is already touching places you thought would stay broken. The door is already unlocking. This is not a coincidence. This is not a random good feeling. This is a holy announcement, and your spirit knows it. That is why your heart is beating faster. That is why your hope is rising again. That is why tears are falling even now. Because you are standing on holy ground, and you can feel the shift. You can sense that something greater is stepping into your life. And it is not because of anything you did to earn it, it is because of everything He already did to redeem it. God wants you to remember this. He is not just giving you a miracle, He is becoming your miracle. He is showing you that He is the source, the way, the truth, and the life. That every good thing flows from Him, and apart from Him, you do not need anything else. So do not skip Him. Do not skip His presence. Do not skip prayer. Do not skip intimacy, because the deeper you go in Him, the stronger you will stand when the blessing arrives. This is a divine moment, not a motivation, not a temporary feeling, a moment heaven has waited to release, a moment that changes everything. Your heart is ready, your spirit is open, your miracle is here, and your life will never be the same again. That's not your imagination. That's God preparing your life for what He's already released. This is what happens when heaven moves first and the earth begins to catch up. The miracle you've been waiting for is no longer in delay. It's in motion, already breathing through the corners of your life that once felt forgotten and dry. Comment 555. If you can feel something stirring inside you right now that tells you this word is for you and this is your moment, why is everyone rushing to this 7-second brain ritual? Leaked CIA files exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the door to wealth fast. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, it's turning financial stress into abundance almost overnight. But this secret won't stay public for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it's deleted forever. For too long, you've been sowing in quiet places. You've been planting seeds of obedience when no one was watching. You've been showing up in prayer, choosing faith over fear, walking through storms without applause, and trusting God with the pieces that didn't make sense. You stayed when others walked away. You believed when everything around you screamed to give up. And God saw all of it. Not a single moment was wasted. Not one tear dropped unnoticed. You were not working toward nothing. You were building something eternal, something heaven has now decided is ready to be revealed. The reward that felt out of reach is now drawing near, not because you forced it, but because God promised it. Your payment has been processed. This means what belonged to you but was delayed by opposition, held back by unseen forces, or tied up in spiritual battle, has now been released. The heavens have authorized your blessing. What was stuck is now moving. What was blocked is now open. The flow of favor has been restored, and nothing can stop what God has already approved. This isn't pending, it's done. This isn't being considered, it's already passed through. The wait is over, even if the natural evidence is still unfolding. And yet, with all this glory on the horizon, God still says, do not tell anyone. Not every blessing is meant to be shouted from the rooftops the moment it is conceived. Some blessings are planted like seeds, silent, buried, hidden under soil because their roots must grow deep before they rise. Your miracle is one of those blessings. It is delicate. It is sacred. It is wrapped in divine timing. The announcement is not your responsibility. The manifestation will speak for itself. There are seasons where God asks for your voice, and there are seasons where He asks for your silence. Right now, He is inviting you into a quiet place with Him, not to suppress your joy, but to protect your promise. The miracle is real, but it's still in the forming stage. It needs stillness. It needs covering. It needs your focus, not your performance. Keep it between you and God for now. He will reveal when it's time. God knows the pressure you felt. He knows how hard it's been to keep believing, to keep showing up with an open heart while everything around you was unclear. He knows the loneliness that clung to you during the wait, the nights you almost gave up, the days you felt like nothing would ever change. But He also knows the strength you showed, the faith you held on to, the way you kept trusting even when the heavens were quiet. You didn't see it, but He was moving. You didn't hear it, but angels were being sent. You didn't feel it, but mountains were being moved behind the scenes. And now, your spirit is about to catch up with what God has already released. There is nothing ordinary about what is coming to you. This miracle will not look like anything you've experienced before. It's not going to be small or manageable or comfortable. It will be big. It will stretch your faith. It will make you realize why the warfare was so intense. The enemy tried to take you out not because of where you were, but because of where you were going. He knew if you made it through the valley, you would step into a season of overflow. He knew if you survived the silence, you would walk in a level of favor that could not be reversed. But he failed. You are still here, still standing, still breathing, still believing, still praising, still expecting. That alone is proof that God has kept you covered and is not done with you. In fact, He's just getting started. What you've known so far is only a glimpse. What's coming next is fullness, completion. The kind of joy that heals old wounds, the kind of peace that replaces years of pain, the kind of restoration that only God can perform. This is why He says, don't skip Him. Don't disconnect now. Don't let the miracle pull you away from the miracle maker, because the same God who brought it to pass is the same God who will sustain you through it. Blessings without God become burdens. Miracles without presence become distractions. So stay near, stay soft, stay surrendered. Let this next season be one of deeper intimacy, not just elevation. Let it draw you closer, not just higher. There will be people who sense something has changed about you. They may not know what it is. They may ask, try to guess, or even press for details. But you do not owe anyone access to what God told you to protect. This is your sacred place. This is your time to be still and let God finish what He started. The unveiling will come. The moment to share will come. But for now, guard your promise with prayer. Cover it in worship. Wrap it in gratitude. What God is doing in you is rare. It's specific. It's chosen. And because of that, it requires a different kind of obedience. A quiet obedience. A patient obedience. A holy obedience. You are not missing out by being still. You are preparing to carry more than you thought you could. You are not behind. You are right on time for a miracle that was made with your name on it. God is not teasing you. He is not dangling hope in front of you just to snatch it away. What He spoke over your life is still active. His word cannot return void. If He said He would do it, He will. No matter how long it has taken, no matter how impossible it looks, no matter how much time has passed, He is still the God of suddenly, the God of now, the God who finishes what He starts. There were times when you couldn't hear Him, but He never left. Times when you questioned His plan, but He never changed His mind about you. You were never alone, not for 1 second. That pain you went through, that silence you endured, the losses you suffered, they were not punishment. They were preparation. God was not pushing you away. He was pulling you deeper, calling you to a place where only His voice could lead you. Comment 1212. If you know that even your darkest days had purpose, and that God was always walking right beside you, is this the same CIA brain ritual changing lives in seconds? A new leak reveals a powerful 7-second technique developed under secret research. Backed by neuroscience, people are moving from debt to wealth and luxury faster than believed possible. But this secret may be deleted soon. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. When he says congratulations, this is not a casual word. This is heaven's declaration over your life. It means completion. It means arrival. It means the season you endured is finally shifting into something new. What looked like suffering was actually the soil for the greatest blessing you've ever seen. And now, God is letting you know that the wait has not been in vain. The delay was not denial, it was divine timing. Every door that seemed closed, every opportunity that fell apart, every situation that felt like rejection was actually redirection. He was keeping you in alignment for a miracle that could only come when your heart was ready to carry it. There is something powerful about reaching the edge of breakthrough. You can feel it before you see it. It may come as restlessness in your spirit, or tears for no reason, or moments of deep reflection that surprise you. That is because your spirit always knows before your eyes do. The spiritual realm moves first. What you're sensing is not emptiness, it's the space that has been cleared to make room for the blessing. God has been emptying you of what you didn't need so He could fill you with what only He can give. Your miracle is not delayed anymore. It's already been approved. It's already been processed. The favor has been unlocked. The promise is in motion. You don't need to chase it. You don't need to strive. All you need to do now is walk with God and let Him bring it to you in His perfect way, at His perfect pace, and with His perfect protection. And that is why He says, don't tell anyone. Not everyone will understand the weight of what you carry. Some people may smile to your face but carry hidden envy in their hearts. Others may try to discourage what they cannot comprehend. God is not telling you to hide out of fear, He is telling you to protect what is sacred. The most powerful moves of God often begin in silence. Not to keep them secret, but to give them strength before they are revealed. The enemy knows he cannot stop what God has released, so his next tactic is to try and distract you from it. He will whisper lies that make you question if it's really happening. He will send confusion, send people from your past, send chaos to steal your focus. But you must stand firm. You must remember what God said. You must hold on to the truth that the miracle is not something you have to fight for anymore. It is something that is already yours. Your name has been marked in heaven. Your obedience has reached the throne room, and the spiritual transaction has been completed. You don't owe the world an explanation. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. God is your defender. He is your vindicator. He will make sure every single piece of your story reflects His glory. And even in this sacred season of receiving, do not skip God. Do not get so focused on the gift that you miss the giver. Do not allow the beauty of the miracle to replace your time in His presence. This is the time to draw even closer, to listen more intently, to lean into His whispers. Because what He's doing in your life is not just for a moment, it's to establish something eternal. This miracle is not the end, it's the beginning of a new walk, a deeper trust, a higher level of calling. There is a reason your story took time. God was not just preparing the blessing, He was preparing you. He was shaping you into someone who could carry the weight of the promise without breaking under it. He was building your character, strengthening your discernment, developing your wisdom. And now, as you step into this new chapter, you will do it with a grace that only comes from the crushing. You will walk with a fire that only comes from surviving the wilderness. You will shine with a peace that only comes from walking through storms and discovering that God was your anchor all along. This is your confirmation that you are not too late, not too broken, not too far behind. You are exactly where you need to be. What God has started, He is completing. What He spoke, He is fulfilling. What He promised, He is delivering. No one can block it. No one can delay it. No one can reverse it. The enemy had his chance, and he failed. You're still here, still chosen, still rising. God says, congratulations, because the war has already been won. The season of weeping is turning into joy. The season of lack is shifting into abundance. The season of confusion is breaking into clarity. And though you may not fully understand how it's all coming together, trust, this God has never once left your side. He has carried you through every hidden valley, and now He is leading you into a wide open space of blessing. You are not forgotten. You are not average. You are anointed. You are covered. You are held. You are called. And you are about to witness something so beautiful, so redemptive, so full of God's fingerprints, that every part of your story, every high, every low, will suddenly make sense. Not because it was easy, but because it was worth it. Do not rush this. Do not fear this. Do not second-guess it. Just stay with God. Keep your eyes on Him. Stay steady in prayer. Stay soft in heart. Let Him guide every step. And know that the miracle is not just coming, it has already begun. It is already forming. It is already unfolding. This stillness is not silence, it's strength. It's what remains after everything has been shaken, and yet your heart still chooses to believe. And in this stillness, God is moving. He's moving without announcement. He's moving without noise. He's moving without the world's permission. Because what's about to show up in your life has already been approved by heaven. Comment 777. If you believe that heaven's yes over your life is more powerful than man's no, do you know why people keep whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A leaked brainwave method is spreading quietly and changing financial realities worldwide. Proven by neuroscience, this simple ritual attracts money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're so lucky. Click the link in the comments before it's taken down. There is something holy about the way God speaks when He whispers. And right now, in this very moment, He is whispering over you with tenderness and power. He's saying, you didn't break. You didn't fall away. You didn't walk out. You stayed. And because you stayed, the blessing has been released. Your name has been remembered. The oil you carried quietly, the crushing you endured in silence, the prayers you wept into your pillow, all of it has reached the courts of heaven. All of it is being answered now, not later, now. You may still feel surrounded by the same circumstances. The people may look the same, the struggle may feel unchanged. But don't be fooled. Just because you haven't seen it yet doesn't mean it's not already happening. God always works in the Spirit before it touches the earth, and in the Spirit, the transaction is complete. Your name has been called. The release has been stamped. The spiritual chains have been shattered. The doors have been opened. The favor has been dispatched, and soon it will touch every corner of your life. Your miracle is not on hold anymore. The waiting has shifted. The delay has expired. The detour is over. What God is bringing to you is already on the move. It's already crossing into your timeline. The answers you stopped asking for are showing up. The healing you didn't think would come is manifesting. The restoration you cried out for is breaking through. This is not a test. This is the moment God has been preparing you for. This is the season you didn't know you were being shaped to carry. And yet, with all this power and glory surrounding you, God still says, don't tell anyone. Because some things are too sacred for open spaces. Some promises are too holy to be exposed to careless ears. Not everyone will understand. Not everyone will celebrate. Not everyone will protect what is fragile. God is not telling you to stay quiet because He is ashamed of the blessing. He is telling you to guard it because it is valuable. He is telling you to wait because there is a right moment for unveiling. Right now it's still forming. Right now it's still being wrapped in grace. Right now He's still aligning the final details. And He needs your stillness to preserve what He's building. This is a different kind of obedience. Not the kind that moves in action, but the kind that rests in trust. It takes faith to speak, but it takes even more faith to be still. It takes deep confidence to not prove anything, not post anything, not explain anything, not defend anything, but to simply know that what God is doing is so real, so certain, and so unstoppable that you don't need to say a word until He tells you it's time. Do not skip God now. Not when you're this close. Not when the promise is being placed in your hands. Don't let fear distract you. Don't let pressure rush you. Don't let anxiety cloud what has already been promised. Stay with God. Stay in the Word. Stay in the quiet place. Stay under His shadow, because the moment you've been prepared for is drawing near. There is a newness about to break forth in your life. You will walk different. You will see different. You will speak different. Not because you changed yourself, but because God has done a deep work in you. You're not who you used to be. You've been refined. You've been reset. You've been renewed. And now, you're ready for the promise to meet the person you've become. There's a reason the enemy fought you so hard. He saw the miracle before you did. He saw the oil. He saw the anointing. He saw what God was placing on your life, and he tried to stop it. But he couldn't. You made it. And you didn't just survive, you're about to thrive. Not in your own strength, but in God's. Not for your own glory, but for His. Because everything that's happening is not about status, or success, or proving anything. It's about revealing God's hand. It's about showing the world what happens when someone refuses to give up, even when everything falls apart. You are proof that God is still writing beautiful stories. You are proof that obedience still matters. That purity still matters. That humility still matters. That quiet faith still moves heaven. And what He's doing through you will be more than you asked for, more than you planned for, more than you even dared to hope for. This is not about making your life easier. This is about making your life fruitful. God is producing something eternal through you, something that will outlive every storm you faced, something that will impact others without you even trying. Your miracle is not just for you, it's for everyone connected to your destiny. It's for the generations that come after you. It's for the souls who will see your story and believe God again. That's how deep this goes. That's how holy this is. And this is why God says again, don't skip Him. He is the reason it's happening. He is the one bringing it to pass. Without Him, the blessing would have no anchor. Without Him, the miracle would have no meaning. So let every moment of favor take you deeper into worship. Let every door that opens pull you closer to His heart. Let every answered prayer become a reminder that He is not only a promise maker, He is a promise keeper. The shift is already here. The change is already in motion. And your spirit knows it, because your spirit was made to receive it. You were created for this moment, built for this blessing, chosen for this story. And no power in hell, No voice of doubt, no weight of fear can cancel what God has already declared over your life. What you're entering now is not a simple shift. It's a divine fulfillment that's been forming in heaven long before you ever saw the signs. This is not just your reward, it's your restoration. It's the return for everything you lost in the battle, everything stolen in silence, everything broken in the places where no one saw you bleeding. Comment 999. If you believe that what God is about to do will heal every space in you that was left hurting, waiting, or alone, why was this 7-second brain ritual hidden for so long? A leaked CIA document exposed a technique so powerful people are canceling debt and calling in wealth within days. Validated by 4 neuroscience labs, it helps attract money like never before. But this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it disappears forever. This miracle is more than an answer to a request. It is a reminder that God never stopped writing your story. Even in the seasons where nothing seemed to move, even in the chapters where the page felt blank and hope felt far, God was still authoring the next line. What felt like silence was preparation. What looked like delay was divine protection, and now with gentleness and power, He is turning the page. You're stepping into the next chapter, and this one will not be written in pain. It will be written in praise. It will be marked by favor. It will overflow with the goodness of the Lord in ways you could not have imagined. Your payment has been processed. Those words are not symbolic, they are literal in the realm of the Spirit. There was a cost to your calling. There was a cost to your faith. There was a cost to the purity you chose, the prayers you never stopped praying, the moments you stood still when running would have been easier, and heaven has counted every moment. The reward was never forgotten. It was only being perfected. And now the fullness is being released, the accounts are being settled, the tears have turned into seeds, the pain has turned into oil, the crushing has become power. God is not just giving you what you lost, He is giving you more than you thought you could carry. This is why He keeps whispering, "Don't tell anyone." Because when something is truly holy, it requires reverence before release. There are things that lose their power when exposed too soon. There are blessings that are so deeply woven with God's hand that they must be guarded, not because they are fragile, but because they are sacred. And what He's doing in your life right now is sacred. It is holy ground. It is a covenant fulfillment that deserves stillness, not noise. The kind of stillness that says, "I trust you, God, even when I want to shout. I trust your timing more than my own understanding. I trust that what you've started, you will finish without me having to defend it." He's teaching you the beauty of holding something quietly with Him, before the world sees it, before anyone applauds it, before you have the words to explain it. This is the secret place of fulfillment, the place where God moves not just around you, but within you, where He heals the parts of you no one sees, where He speaks identity into the wounds that never had a name, where He shows you that the miracle is not just a change in your situation, it's a transformation in your soul. And yet, this instruction, "Don't skip God," remains louder than ever, because it's easy to reach the edge of a promise and start looking at the promise itself instead of the promise keeper. It's easy to let answered prayers become the new focus. But God is saying, "Stay with me. Don't move without me. Don't open doors I haven't opened. Don't speak before I say speak. Let me lead you through the fulfillment, just like I led you through the waiting. What's ahead of you requires wisdom, and wisdom only flows from intimacy. The kind of intimacy that says, 'God, I don't just want the miracle, I want you more than anything.' That's what keeps your heart pure in promotion. That's what keeps your soul anchored in abundance. And that's what ensures that what God gives you won't be a burden, but a blessing. He's doing it differently this time. This miracle will not look like your past ones. It won't come through familiar paths. It won't resemble anything you've seen before. This is something new, something holy, something made for the new version of you. The you that endured, grew, matured, and stayed faithful. The old wineskin couldn't hold this. The former version of you couldn't have sustained this. That's why the wait had to happen. That's why the stretching had to come. That's why he stripped some things away. Not to punish you, but to make room for something much greater. You've grown in ways you don't even realize. You're walking with a quiet authority now. You carry the peace of someone who has been in the fire and come out refined. You speak with the calm of someone who knows their value comes from God, not from people. And that growth, that inner transformation, is what has unlocked this next season. It's not that God was waiting for time to pass, He was waiting for your spirit to rise. And now it has. You are ready now. Not perfect, not without fear, but ready in spirit, ready in heart, ready to walk with God into this divine fulfillment that will not only bless you, but overflow into others. Because this miracle is not just for your comfort, it's for your calling. It's a tool, a testimony, a reminder that God still keeps His word. Let nothing distract you. Let nothing steal this moment from you. Guard it, treasure it, protect it like the holy thing that it is. The fulfillment you are about to witness will silence every lie the enemy tried to plant in your mind. Every word spoken against you will fall. Every voice that mocked your waiting will be quieted. Because when God finishes something, no one can undo it. And it is not happening by accident. It is not happening because of luck, effort, or chance. It is happening because God Himself has spoken over your life and declared that the time has come, the battle is ending, the drought is over, the answer is here. And what was once out of reach has now been placed into your hands. Comment 1010 if you receive this deeply and know in your heart that this word is not passing you by. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that flips lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth brainwaves. People are stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for very long. Click the link in the comments before it's deleted. When God says congratulations, He's not responding to your current surroundings. He's speaking to the realm of heaven that is unfolding around you. You may still be sitting in the same room, surrounded by the same noise, carrying the same burdens, but everything has already changed. There has been a shift in the unseen that's about to transform everything you touch in the seen. What felt like constant resistance will now turn into divine release. The places where doors were always shut will begin to open with ease. The people who never saw you will now notice the favor on your life, not because of who you are, but because of the one who walks with you. Your miracle is not a distant hope anymore. It's a confirmed reality. And the reason it's reaching you now is because you stayed faithful when it would have been easier to walk away. You didn't stop believing. You didn't let the silence become your final word. You didn't allow bitterness to poison your spirit. You kept trusting, even when it made no sense, and God has counted every moment. Heaven has measured your faith, not by how loud it shouted, but by how quietly it endured. And that kind of faith has power. That kind of faith opens the floodgates of favor in ways nothing else can. God is saying your payment has been processed because the price has already been fully covered. This isn't something you have to work to earn anymore. It's not something you need to beg for. The tears were part of the transaction. The obedience sealed it. The wait completed it. And now, God has declared it done. What's been stored up for you, what's been delayed, what's been tangled up in spiritual opposition, it's all been released. It's already making its way to you, and nothing can block what God has commanded to move. Still, God says, don't tell anyone, because there is a weight to this blessing that demands reverence. It's not about hiding in fear, it's about walking in wisdom. When God places something holy in your hands, He often does it in the quiet, not because it's small, but because it's sacred. Some things lose their purity when exposed too early. Some miracles need to grow in the soil of silence before they can be seen by others. Just look at how God moves throughout Scripture. So often, He did His deepest work in secret. Moses was called in a hidden wilderness. David was anointed in private before being revealed in public. Jesus Himself was born in a stable, not a palace, because the greatest miracles are never built on display, they are built in divine intimacy. And that's what He's drawing you into now. He's not just giving you something new, He's forming something eternal. He's drawing you into a deeper trust, a deeper walk, a deeper understanding that the most important moments with God often don't come with applause, recognition, or validation. They come in stillness, in quiet obedience, in moments where you choose to protect what's holy over promoting what's happening. Do not skip God in this hour. It is tempting to celebrate the breakthrough before it fully blooms. It's tempting to speak about what you feel before it's finished. But what God is doing is not for attention, it's for transformation. Let Him finish what He started. Let Him complete the work in you before you share it with the world. This is not about being silent forever. This is about timing, about honoring the process, about holding the promise with the same reverence you held the prayer. Your steps are now ordered in ways you don't even see yet. God is going ahead of you to prepare divine appointments, holy opportunities, healing encounters, and favor that can't be explained. He's lining things up that will bring restoration so complete it will feel like the years of loss never existed. Not because you didn't suffer, but because what's coming will outweigh the pain. It will drown the sorrow. It will shine so brightly that even your past will start to look different through the lens of what God redeemed. You are chosen, not just to receive, but to carry. Not just to be blessed, but to be a living testimony. This miracle is not for the sake of comfort, it's for the sake of calling. It's God placing a mantle on your life that says, this one stayed faithful. This one trusted me when nothing made sense. This one carried the oil through the wilderness, and now it's time for the overflow. And because of that, you will walk differently, speak differently, pray differently. There will be a new authority on you, one that was forged in fire, not handed easily. You didn't skip the process, so now you will carry a depth that cannot be faked. People will feel it when you enter the room. They won't know exactly what changed, but your spirit will carry the evidence of someone who has been with God. So walk carefully, but boldly. Speak less, but with more weight. Wait longer, but with deeper peace. Because the miracle is not coming, it's already here. You're just stepping into the moment where what was invisible becomes visible, where what was promised becomes present, where what you prayed for becomes part of your reality. Stay close, stay soft, stay yielded, and trust that what God is unfolding in your life right now is too holy to be rushed, too specific to be shared too soon, and too glorious to be stopped. Let Him finish the unveiling in His time, and when He does, it will not just be a blessing, it will be the kind of miracle that makes others believe again. You are standing at the threshold of something monumental, something divinely orchestrated that will surpass every expectation you have carried in your heart. Heaven has been working in ways that the natural eye cannot see, aligning every detail, removing every obstacle, and preparing a path for your blessing that is unstoppable. What the enemy tried to delay, God has already accelerated. What the world tried to block, God has already bypassed. And what you once doubted, God has already confirmed in the courts of heaven. Comment 1515. If you can feel the weight of this truth and know deep inside that God's favor is moving toward you even now, could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest path to luxury? Leaked research reveals a simple ritual helping people attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, debt is dissolving and abundance is showing up fast. If you're seeing this now, you are God's chosen one. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. Your payment has been processed, not in some distant promise, but in a finished work that is sealed and irreversible. This is more than just a blessing. It is a divine verdict of favor and provision that confirms your faithfulness. Everything you have endured, the waiting, the uncertainty, the nights of longing and hope, has been considered and fully rewarded in the Spirit. Your miracle has moved from possibility to certainty. What once required patience now requires preparation to receive. What once was only envisioned in prayer will now manifest in power, proving that God never misses, never forgets, and never delays beyond what is necessary for your full growth. Even now, there is a sacred caution from God. Do not tell anyone. This is not a limitation. This is divine strategy. There are blessings that must remain hidden until the perfect moment. The sacredness of what God has prepared cannot be diluted by premature disclosure. Not everyone has hearts prepared to handle the fullness of what is coming. Not everyone can witness the glory without disbelief, envy, or confusion. What God has designed for you is holy and unique. Its power is protected in silence until it is ready to be revealed with impact and authority. The reason God emphasizes not skipping Him is because miracles without intimacy can become distractions. The blessing is never intended to replace the giver. It is never meant to overshadow the relationship you have cultivated with God through your trials and prayers. The power of this moment is inextricably linked to your continued closeness with Him. Your miracle is arriving, but it is fully realized only when you walk in alignment with the one who orchestrates it. This is a test of patience, a call to obedience, and an invitation to trust Him beyond what you can see or understand. God's favor is about to envelop your life in a way that surpasses understanding. Doors that were previously locked will swing open. Connections that were delayed will arrive precisely when needed. Opportunities that were postponed will appear fully formed. The divine energy surrounding your breakthrough is already transforming your environment, influencing situations, and positioning people in alignment with God's plan. You are not only about to receive, you are about to witness the evidence of heaven working on your behalf. The enemy may attempt to bring fear, doubt, or distraction to sway you from the path of patience and trust. He may try to get you to speak prematurely or seek human validation before the appointed time. Resist every impulse to reveal what is sacred. Guard your heart, your words, and your excitement until the miracle fully manifests. Your faithfulness in quiet obedience is part of what allows this blessing to arrive with its full power intact. God's timing is perfect, and His way is flawless. Every aspect of your life that has been molded by pain, waiting, and perseverance is now a foundation for this miracle. You have been prepared to carry the blessing with humility, wisdom, and endurance. God has strengthened your spirit in private so that when this promise arrives, you will not be overwhelmed, but fully ready to receive it with gratitude and purpose. You have not simply survived the seasons of trial, you have been transformed by them. Your resilience, your faith, your endurance, all of these have positioned you to experience a miracle that will leave a mark beyond your immediate life, impacting generations and those around you. This is why God's congratulations matter. It is not casual, it is not fleeting. It is a divine acknowledgement of your journey, your loyalty, and your faithfulness. Heaven is recognizing the time you remained faithful when giving up would have been easy. It is celebrating your trust in Him even when circumstances screamed that nothing was happening. Your miracle is both a reward and a testimony. It is proof that God works in perfect timing, that He honors those who remain steadfast, and that He delights in releasing blessings to those who walk with Him through the fire.